it's Monday morning, and we now know the Academy Award-winning film. So here to break down the 92nd Oscars even further are George Marshall, Executive Director and CEO of Flicker's Rhode Island International Film Festival, and Steven Feinberg, Executive Director of the Rhode Island Film and TV Office. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We love having you back the day after the Oscars.
We love being back. Thank you.
Let's begin at the end and talk about that Best Picture win. Parasite, huge
win. And
historic.
Yeah. Big surprise. Big surprise.
Were you really surprised at
I
this?
think everybody was. I mean, I think the favorite was 1917.
Yeah.
And then to have it not just win Best International Film, and then to win Best Screenplay. I don't think anyone anticipated it was going to win Best
well, it's
Picture.
funny, with our audience last night at our red carpet experience, everyone in the beginning was talking about 1917 as their choice for Best Picture. And then as the evening progressed and the awards went out, it started shifting. And near the end, the diehards that stayed with us for the very last part were all saying, no, it's going to be a shocker, it's going to be Parasite. And they turned out to be right. And I'll tell you, I mean, this is the director that gave us Snowpiercer, which was a real hit several years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And well, I mean, Quiet Sleeper, it was a great film. And I thought he was gracious. What I loved about the whole thing was it tells us how international film is. That it's a global experience and that it's a very uniting force.
Yeah, certainly.
And the Oscars last night, from my perspective, also went beyond the criticism that was leveled. They stepped it up. And the changes that we saw with some of the nominations, but the winners specifically. And this one, really, who's going to be complaining about an international film winning Best Picture? Actually, it was
South
four
Korea,
films.
first time.
Yeah, it was tremendous, and I
Yeah.
appreciated that they thanked South Korea and all the viewers there in that community to really kind of put them on the map, and then, like you said, it spread internationally. We got to get to some of the actors and actresses too. Those big winners: Best Actress Renee Zellweger in Judy.
She was fantastic, and then playing that part, I think she became Judy Garland. But I thought it was really interesting. She thanked her manager, who reminded her of, you know, just doing the work and loving the work. And I thought she was very gracious. And
it was a class speech. It really was.
Did you enjoy the casting alone? You know, of her being the one selected to play Judy Garland.
To be honest with you, I loved some of the other performances. But I think of all of them, it was deserving. It was deserving. I mean,
she was great.
She was great. I mean, I honestly felt that the performances this year by Best Actress were solid. So I didn't have a problem with any of the nominees, and whoever won, I would have been happy with.
How did you feel about Joaquin Phoenix winning for The Joker?
Before
different type of transformation there.
After seeing him at the BAFTAs, we were all just anticipating what was he going to say. So that just sitting there watching him talk, and as each word came out, slowly, we're going, okay, what's he going to say next? But having said that, I thought that his statement was interesting. It wasn't offensive. It was actually designed to be uniting.
And I want to say this. We did a film here with him. And he is the nicest guy in the world, and very quiet. And then when he gets into a role, I mean, he fully immerses himself in the role. I saw that up close. But I thought what he was talking about was just about being kind to the planet and being kind to each other and being kind to just all things.
When he was here, he used to go to the Columbus Theater and other places around here. So, I mean, he's actually a known commodity in Rhode Island, and a nice guy.
And let's talk about those supporting roles as well. Laura Dern and Brad Pitt.
I have no issue with them. Laura Dern did a great job. She is a wonderful actress, and I think has been underrated for years. And to see her get that, I was very happy.
Anyway, and mentioning her parents, and then Brad Pitt, you know.
That was a class speech.
I thought I liked what he said about having the dream. And here's a guy who had the dream, and everybody loves him in the community. So it was great.
And I also thought, to be honest with you, he's aged very well.
Among the many, we were just talking about everyone who looks really great that night.
I want to see.
Steve Martin said, and there's Brad Pitt. Wow, it's almost like looking in the mirror.
Well, he's another one that, I swear, Steve Martin has looked the same for 30-some-odd years.
Absolutely.
Guys, thank you so much for coming in, sharing your thoughts. It was a huge night, and I think everyone was pretty happy.
Wonderful films.
Across the board.
Wonderful films.
Well, guys, thank you. And we have plenty more Oscar talk on the way.